Hi everyone, I am Vijay. The topic of today's video is types of polynomials. Polynomials are classified into many types based on two categories. The first one is according to the number of terms in the polynomial and the second one is degree of the polynomial. Let's observe the below table. The below table is types of polynomials according to the number of terms. Types of polynomials according to number of terms are four: monomial, binomial, trinomial and multinomial. Monomial is the polynomial which has only one term is called as monomial. Polynomial which has two terms is called as binomial. The polynomial which has three terms is called as trinomial. The polynomial which has four or more than four terms is called as multinomial. Now let's take some examples and classify them into types of polynomials according to number of terms. Let's take the first example, x plus 3. Now here we need to list out the number of terms in it. We have first term x and second term 3. So the terms are x, 3. So there are two terms. So this is a binomial. A polynomial which has two terms is called as binomial. The polynomial which has two terms is called as binomial. Now let's take the second example, 3x. Clearly we have only one term. The term here is just 3x. We have only single term. The polynomial which has only one term is called as monomial. Monomial. Now let's take the third example, x cube plus 2x plus 1. Here the terms are x cube, 2x, 1. Here we have three terms. So the polynomial which has three terms is called as trinomial. Let's also take an example for multinomial. Here let's write an example for multinomial. So for multinomial we need to write four terms or more. So let's write 5 terms here. So we need to frame a polynomial which has 5 terms. Let's say 3x power 4 minus 2x cube plus 6x plus 4x square plus 1. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms, which is a multinomial. Let's observe the below table. The table is types of polynomials based on the degree of the polynomial. There are 4 types: zero polynomial, linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial and cubic polynomial. Zero polynomial. The polynomial which has a degree 0 is called as zero polynomial. The polynomial which has a degree 1 is called as linear polynomial. The polynomial which has degree 2 is called as quadratic polynomial. The polynomial which has degree 3 is called as cubic polynomial. Now let's take some examples and classify them into types of polynomials based on the degree of the term. Now let's classify some examples. Here I took an example of 5x squared plus x minus 7, 0, x minus 1, x minus x cube. Now let's take the first one, that is 5x squared plus x minus 7. First, to classify them into types of polynomials based on the degree of the polynomial, we need to know the degree of the polynomial. The degree of this polynomial will be 2 because the degree of the first term is 2 and the degree of second term is 1. The highest of the degree of the terms will be the degree of the polynomial. So the degree of the polynomial is 2. This will be a quadratic polynomial. And let's take the second example here. It is 0. This is obvious that this is a zero polynomial. zero polynomials are represented by 0 and are 0. Let's take the third one. Third one is x minus 1. Here we need to find the degree of the polynomial. Now the degree of the first term will be 1. The degree of the second term will be 0 because this will be 1 x power 0. So the degree will be highest of the terms, that is 1. So this will be a linear polynomial. And the last one will be 4x minus x cube. Here the degree of the polynomial will be 3 because the degree of the first term is 1 and the degree of the second term is 3. The highest of both is 3. So the degree of the polynomial is 3 and this will be a cubic polynomial. Now let's try the reverse of it. Let's write a quadratic polynomial. So for quadratic polynomial, the degree must be 2. So the highest degree of a term should be 2. So I can take 3x minus 2x square plus 1. Right? In this one, the first term degree is 1, the second term degree is 2 and the third term degree is 0. The highest of everything is 2. So the quadratic polynomial example will be 3x minus 2x square plus 1. The next topic is 0 of a polynomial. 0 of a polynomial is also called as root of a polynomial. 0 of a polynomial is the value of the x that causes the value of the polynomial tend to 0. Let us assume p of x is a polynomial. The value of x which causes p of x to 0 is called as the root of polynomial. Let's take an example here, x plus 5. So let us assume p of x as x plus 5. Let's find out the root of a polynomial p of x. Now as we said, p of x tends to 0. So I can write that x plus 5 is equals to 0. So x will be minus 5. The root of polynomial, the 0 of polynomial p of x is equals to x plus 5 is minus 5. Let's take another example. 2x minus 4. Here p of x is 2x minus 4. So p of x tends to 0. So 2x minus 4 is equals to 0. 2x is equals to 4. X is equals to 4 by 2, that is 2. So the 0 of polynomial p of x, 2x minus 4 will be 2. Now let's try and solve this problem. It says verify whether 2 and 1 are the zeros of the polynomial x square minus 3x plus 2. So let's take this as p of x is equals to x square minus 3x plus 2. Here let's take x1 as 2 and x2 as 1. We need to verify whether these two are zeros of p of x. So first we need to find out p of x1, that is p of 2. That will be 2 square minus 3 into 2 plus 2. That is 2 square is 4 minus 3 to 6 plus 2. Here 6 minus 6 is 0. So we got p of 2 as 0. So this is a 0 of the given polynomial p of x. Let's verify for the second one. P of x2 will be, p of x2 is p of 1. That will be 1 square minus 3 into 1 plus 2. That is 1 square will be 1 minus 3 ones 3 plus 2, that is 3 minus 3 0. So P of 1 is also a 0. So this is also a 0 of the polynomial. So 2 and 1 are zeros of P of x. Now let's try and solve another example. It says if 3 is the 0 of the polynomial P of x, x square plus 2x minus a, find a. A is the unknown value we need to find out. Here we have P of x is equals to x square plus 2x minus a, and 3 is 0 of the polynomial. 0 of polynomial P of x. So we can say that P of 3 will be 0. So if I substitute 3 in P of x, we get 0. So P of 3 will be 3 square plus 2 into 3 minus a equals to 0. As 3 is the 0 of the polynomial. Here 3 square is 9 plus 2 3 6 minus a equals 0. 15 minus a equals to 0. A is equals to 15. So we got the value of a as 15. If a is 15 in this polynomial, 3 will be the 0 of the polynomial.